Hey, everybody, we're on another episode of Mindful Hustlers. You're with your boy, number one game changer. Holla at my boy DW or
DY Sensei.
DY Sensei and Cat Daddy. If you girls haven't heard, he's the king of all kitties. You know what I mean? That's my dog right here. And we're going to be talking about triangular theory, love theory.
Yeah, the triangular theory of love.
Triangular theory of love. Okay, triangular theory of love was developed by psychologist Robert Sternberg and explains love as a combination of three components: intimacy, which would be intimacy, emotional connection, closeness, and bonding. And number two would be passion. You know about the passion, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. We always about the passion of the Christ, getting down passion, you know what I mean? Passion for your music, passion for food. There's all kinds of passion out there. Physical attraction and excitement and intensity. And three, commitment. Something I'm not the greatest at, but I'm working on it. I'm a work in progress. What about
Yep.
you? How do you feel about commitment?
Well, commitments. I'm only committed to my work here,
Amen
It's
to
good.
that.
Yeah.
Yo, listen, I'm committed to the hustle, so the
Yeah.
grind and God. Throw that in there.
That's right.
I'm committed to him. He's my longest lasting relationship I've ever had in my whole life. Okay? And me and him been good for about 34 years, going strong. He's the only person that hasn't let me down. Let me put that out there. And he won't let you down too. All right. Yeah. Commitment, the decision to stay together and build a future, which we are. We're building futures, we're building legacies, and other things aside from that. Okay. For mindful hustlers, the theory applies to not just romantic love, but also their faith, purpose, and the hustle. Here's how: intimacy, spiritual and emotional connection to the hustle. Your relationship with your purpose, but must have depth. A mindful hustler isn't chasing money, but deeply connected to their mission. What would be your mission?
My mission is to help people be healthy and happy. And just learn more about themselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Understand the world,
Mm-hmm.
all the hidden truths there.
Okay, right
Yeah.
on. And you?
My mission?
Yeah, what's your mission in this world?
I don't have a grand mission like either of you. Mine's is just to live a chill life, be the best person I can, and
on.
to take care of the people closest to me.
Right on. I
As
love
kitties, okay?
Yes,
And
especially
also-
the cats.
that. Yeah, also the kitties. He's going to take care of them. Watch out, ladies. Meow. He's like a samurai pizza cat. Have you guys heard of that? Samurai pizza cat?
I've never heard of that.
What? You guys are Asian and you guys don't know what samurai pizza cat is?
No.
Where does this come from?
Oh
Yeah, what is
my gosh. It was like an old school cartoon that was like on YTV back in the day when like Dragon Ball came out and everything like that. It was these cats that eat pizza, but they get these like swords and they can talk and they fight evildoers and eat pizza.
Oh,
I think that's like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles instead, right?
It's your Asian culture. It's your guys' freaking what's it called? Thing that you guys go on. Instead of Ninja Turtles, you guys had Samurai Pizza Cat.
Oh, okay.
not us.
DC, do you mind looking up when Samurai Pizza Cat came out? What's it about?
I'm on it.
She's on it. Let's see if I can find you guys a theme song too.
All
Samurai
right.
Pizza Cats.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe it's like beyond our age, You never know.
Let's not talk about age here.
I don't
Yeah.
think it's
I'm-
the age. We were busy doing homework.
Wow,
Wow, you guys are all-
We're learning math, okay? We were learning like algebra
Well,
when we were like 3.
good comeback there. Nice. Let me see if I can find the theme song for you guys.
Samurai Pizza Cats is an American television show, so that's probably why they don't know about it.
Yeah, American.
But it came from the cat ninja legend Tewandi from Japan. And it was in 1990.
We're Chinese. We're not Japanese.
It doesn't matter. You guys watch anime. Don't try
It
me.
was like 52 episodes, and there was in English, so you should have been.
Yeah, well versed.
Oh, I don't know, man.
When were you born?
Me? 1995.
Well, you had 5 years. It came out in 1990.
Oh, dude, it probably fell off by then, you know?
It was actually done in 1991, so that's probably why.
Wait, what? They were done in 1991?
Damn.
Oh, okay, maybe that's why.
Yeah, I think one of us here is older,
Well, yeah. What can I mean?
a
man?
lot older.
I'm aged with grace. The Lord's older than me. What do you want from me? You know. But
Wait, did you say you were Asian with grace?
That's right.
Yeah.
Asian with grace.
An Asian with grace.
That's right. Let's go back here. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about triangle love theory? I guess you would say,
Yeah.
and like your interpretation and how it would affect you in today's life and your relationships that you continue to have right now, and maybe even the relationship with your brother.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, they're brothers, ladies and gentlemen.
yeah.
Just to let you guys know.
Yeah, we don't look alike.
I was about to say.
Except for like some people, they see us, they're like, "Oh, you guys look identical, like identical twins." We're like, "What? What the hell are you talking about?"
They're
Yeah.
just racist.
Yeah, it is racist. You know what I mean? Like I totally don't see you guys together at all.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Right away, I would have never known unless you guys said something. I was like, oh
Yeah, I was
For
actually
real.
surprised.
yeah. But yes, continue, my friend.
Yeah. Well, the interesting thing about like the triangular theory of love is that like you mix in like these different components, like one or one and one of each
Yes.
together, or like one or all three together, and you get
Yeah.
different types of love, right?
Mhm.
And let me just see. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 types of love that you get from it, right?
7 types of loves. Can you tell us all 7 what they would be, please?
Yeah, for sure. So like let's say if you have intimacy alone, right? That's like let's say you're very close friends with somebody, but maybe even just a new friend with somebody, right?
Yeah.
You meet somebody, you click with them, and like you're not attracted to them in a romantic way, right?
Mm.
That's when you're liking them. That's what they call liking. If you only have intimacy, it's liking.
Mm.
Now, if you only have passion, they call that infatuation, right?
Oh.
Yeah, so it's like like high school kids or something, or junior high kids. They're like, oh, it's like see somebody and they kind of have a crush on them, but
Yeah.
they didn't build that emotional connection,
Yeah.
the intimacy. They don't
Just
have
the love,
commitment.
just the love at first sight type of deal.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I know it's happened to me a few times when I saw Pamela Anderson for the first time. I fell in love with her.
Yeah, exactly.
That blonde hair and just beautifulness.
I think all of you guys back in the days had the same love for her.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't know who she is.
Yeah, you're too young.
What?
Yeah.
Oh
Dude.
my gosh.
We're all about
She-
Emma
she doesn't
Watson
know
and
who
those,
she
okay?
is either.
We're
What?
Harry Potters, okay? We're the Harry Potter girls, okay?
Emma Watson to Pamela Anderson?
It's good.
Please, you have your phone. Google.
Yo,
Pamela.
Google
Oh,
Pamela
okay,
Anderson.
Face when you see
Yo,
her.
this is real stuff right here, ladies and gentlemen. These people don't even know who Pamela Anderson is. It's probably a good thing. I'm not gonna lie.
She's 57.
Okay. Look.
Okay,
back
look
in
at
the days.
back in the day.
Back in the days. We don't look back in the days.
Well, yeah, she's old. No, but back in my day, when I was infatuated, back in my day, like yo, she was top notch, top tier.
She looks aight.
What?
Yeah, you talking about this one?
I'm sorry.
No,
to
that's
hear
old.
that.
Oh, yeah, okay. I was
That's
like,
all
whoa.
right.
Whoa.
Type in young Pamela Anderson.
I did.
Oh.
You did.
Oh,
she's,
yeah.
she's like not bad, but not.
She's not Asian.
You
She's
think
not Asian, yeah.
you think she looks Emma Watson looks better than her?
Yeah,
Of
for
course,
sure.
Totally.
Oh my gosh.
Totally.
Just everybody out there, you need to make a poll about this. Please talk about it in the comments. Who you feeling more, Emma Watson or
Or
Pamela
Pamela
Anderson? Straight up. This is like mind blowing. We're gonna
I think that's gonna be 50-50 though.
okay.
I think it's.
I do Pamela Anderson like 100%.
Wait, she's like almost 60 now. You know, all the younger people are like, Who's she?
Well, all the old people like us will be like, oh yeah, Pamela Anderson, and all the new generation will be like, Emma Watson.
This is so much better than Emma Watson. And it's nothing offense to you, Emma. If you ever catch this show, we love you. We love what you do for Harry Potter. You are fine, but like, listen, you're just not.
Pamela Anderson.
You're not Pamela Anderson. You know what I mean? Full bodied. You have a nice body, but you ain't full body.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, go back. Sorry, back to
Alright.
DY Sensei.
Yeah. All right. So let's say like now for the final one, that final piece, commitments, right? If you only have commitments, we call it empty love. So it's like, when you're committed to a relationship with somebody just
Yeah.
because like, like you're financially dependent on them or you have kids with them or something, you're like,
Mhm.
there's no love, no intimacy anymore. But you're staying
Mhm.
in the relationship with them, that's empty love.
Mm, mm, mhm, mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
There's a few people I know that are like that. You know what I mean? Like, I know this one female that had a similar situation. Well, her father of her children lived in the basement, and they weren't together, but like it was always awkward because they would always have other people. Other when they were dating, people would be like controversial and all this other kind of stuff. So it was a little bit crazy, but I think it's like nowadays it's these separations are not people separating. The people are just too comfortable where they're at and the situation that they were in, because you know what? It's hard to find somebody else. It is. The
Mm.
dating pool sucks.
Yep.
Mhm.
It really does. And it's just comfortability. Sometimes people just can't move on or just let go of like their house or the relationship that they were in. They have other people that are just it's just easier that way, just to have that old feeling of love.
Yeah. Sometimes that nostalgia that people have, right? They're holding on to it, but it's like doesn't get them anywhere,
No, it doesn't, right? It doesn't get them anywhere. It just gets them into trouble, more fights, that just puts stress on, like, if you were in a current relationship or something like that, it just makes it awkward because how do you know if she's not sleeping with him still? You know what
Mhm.
I mean? Or like they're still cooking together. They're still like going to concerts and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But you just somehow have to be okay with that. You know what I mean? But like it's baffling somehow. And that person, they're like they want a committed relationship with you, but they're still going on dates with their ex-husband or fiance or boyfriend or
Uh-huh.
anything like that. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I don't know, there's some delusion in that. Don't you think?
Yeah, well,
Hmm.
sometimes it's hard for people to let go, but like it's it really makes it hard for both parties, right? Sometimes, yeah,
Yeah,
it
very,
can be, and
very.
yeah,
Is
well, it takes
What do you
time.
think about that?
Yeah, isn't that what they call a situationship?
Woo! Triangle theory right there.
Yeah, that's right there.
Triangle love theory
Oh.
right there. Situationship. It kind of happens. You know what I mean? When three become one. That's what we're talking about out here. You know what I mean? It's a difficult thing, but situationships are like the new thing. You know what I mean? It's the new normal. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You can have more than one partner. You can have like a sexual partner, a freaking emotional partner, a partner where you just cuddle with, a partner for business. You know what I mean? It's not all tied together in one anymore. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
very rare. What do you think about that?
I find it really wild. Maybe because I'm a little bit older than the newer generations.
Yes.
It's actually something I've heard about just recently.
Yeah.
And for me, it is just really wild. It's like I thought relationships, the entire idea around the relationship is committing to a single person,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of different aspects that I feel like if you take it out, do you really have a full on relationship? And so
Right?
it's something I can't wrap my mind around.
I know.
But I guess this is the new norm, like what you say.
It is. It's most definitely the new norm. Norm, what do you feel on this topic that we're talking about right now?
Yeah, I'm a pretty old fashioned guy, you know. So it's like if I'm in a relationship with somebody, I kind of like expect it to be like, you know,
Mutual,
just
right?
mutual, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
not with somebody else. Like, you know, open relationships, right?
Yeah.
Some people they like that and stuff,
But
but
like
if they
once,
want a long term relationship,
Yeah.
it doesn't really work out well
yeah,
usually.
yeah, and especially like sometimes it's like it's okay for one side to be doing their thing and everything like that, and then there's like a possessiveness. You know what I mean? The other person can't do what the other person is doing. You know what I mean? So it's just like
Uh-huh.
it's a double standard. It's only one side. Sometimes it makes things a little bit difficult. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I've seen it a few times. You know what I mean? I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie. I've seen it a couple times in my day. And it's tough. It really is.
Yeah.
It's very interesting how people can want all the benefits of a relationship, but without the full on commitment and the challenges that come with it. It's
Mm,
I do see it as something kind of selfish, especially if you are on the side that doesn't want to be a part of the situationship.
mm,
But I would say they're also part of the problem because
mm.
you if you stay in that situation, you choose to be in that situation,
You're
right?
enabling it.
Yeah, you're enabling it.
I see. Yeah, but you know, it is what it is. Like I said, it's a new world, so
Yes.
it
Yeah.
is what it is. You know what I mean? If you really like somebody, sometimes you gotta look past some things. And
It's
has
true.
to be, but the thing is, it has to be mutual.
Yeah. So that's like one of the tricky parts too, right? Because essentially like, you know, sometimes when you're going through a difficult time and
Mm.
stuff and like if you have somebody else on the side, like the other person maybe you might be like, oh yeah, like, you know, I don't want to deal with this person's like, you know,
Yeah,
burden and whatever, and then you hop onto the other person, you turn to the other person, right?
yeah,
So it's easier to turn away from another person instead of like being there for them when they're going through that tough time.
yeah.
And like, you know, like good relationships aren't just built on good times, right? It's also built through the tough times together. Like you build intimacy with that, you know that you can trust those people, right?
That's true. I 100% agree with that. Like, it's those hard times that really matter that makes a relationship strong and like hard to like separate from somebody that's actually there for you. You know, even in my dating scene, you know what I mean? It's like sometimes you got really good people despite some of the flaws and stuff that you see. It's just like you cannot you can't afford to lose them because they bring so much value to your life regardless. So sometimes those sticky situationships are very very tough to navigate because you know what, it's far and few between to find a really good woman or man or anything like that. So like I get it, sometimes it's tough.
Yeah.
It's a real thing. You have to really ask yourself and be okay with the situation, and you know what's your heart saying, what's your heart saying, what's your mind saying, can they all align in one, what's your spirit saying, you know what I mean? 'Cause everything comes in
Yeah.
singularity, togetherness, and if it's like if they're all pretty much matching up, you know what I mean? And it
Right.
does. Even then, like sometimes it's just like, yo, there's like a mesh between you, but like the laser is going right through the fucking mesh. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's a hard situation. Like we all been there. I know a few people out there in the world. Let us know in the comments. Maybe some of your sticky situations, your triangular love theories. You know what I mean? Yeah. So continue.
Yes. So it gets interesting when you start like mixing these different like components of that's
Mm.
triangular theory of love. So like let's say when you have like passion and commitment together,
Yeah.
right? You know, it's like I don't know if it's like it still happens for more guys like your age, our
Yeah.
age,
Yeah.
but
What do you mean my age? Trying to say like I'm old.
we're all old
But
together.
We're not that young like you guys.
We're not young either anymore.
Yeah, like
in
yo,
our
come
20s.
on. Yeah. Huh?
We're still in our 20s.
You're in your 20s?
I'm turning 30.
Okay, you're my age then.
Yeah, yeah.
You're not supposed to tell
No,
them.
but it's
Still in
funny
our
because
twos.
like when we see like those younger guys and they're like
Yeah.
like we connect with like those younger people and then they're like, oh yeah, we're still in school and like we're so stressed. We're like,
But they
we're in a
look.
different life stage, dude.
Yeah, bro. Wait till your mama's not paying for your bills, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, but you gotta freaking pay the rent, pay the bill, pay your girl's car note and everything
You gotta
like
pay
that.
for the
you
toilet
know?
paper that wipes your ass.
That's right, man. Not everybody's gonna wipe your ass, and sorry, not everybody's gonna wipe your buttocks for you when you poop yourself. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Until you're in the long term care.
Yeah, man. Tell you're in long-term care, which is around the corner
Yeah.
for some of you.
Yeah. Well, it comes way sooner than we expect, right?
Oh yeah, man. 20 more years for me, maybe 30. We'll see if I'm lucky. You know what I mean? But yeah, you didn't tell us about all 7 of the.
Yeah.
Yes.
So going back to that, right? So like when you mix like passion and like commitment together,
Mm,
you get what they call fatuous love. Like fatuous
Gotcha.
means like foolish or like foolish or silly, right?
Yeah.
And so it's like basically it's foolish because you didn't build intimacy with somebody yet. Go through
Mm.
those times, like good times, bad times together, but based off of like you click well with somebody and you're like, oh, I'm gonna spend my whole life with somebody.
Yeah.
So that's like fatuous love.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then after that, like what we also got is romantic love. That's like the passion and the intimacy together.
Hmm.
So, like you guys are starting things out and maybe you guys aren't sure about, if you guys are gonna last long term,
Hmm.
but you feel close to that person, you're attracted to that person, right?
Yeah.
That's romantic love.
For real?
Yeah. So you got remember passion and intimacy together.
So strong
Ah.
emotions and building that connection.
Yeah. Strong emotions and feeling closeness.
Mm.
Yeah. And then the other one we've got is companionate love. So let's say like that this is the one where you got liking and intimacy and commitments. Like let's say with like, you got like some really tight close friends that you're not like attracted romantically with or your parents and stuff.
Mm.
This is companionate love.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like them and you know that you're gonna maintain that long-term relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how do you combine all of them? What would that be?
Yeah, well, when you combine all of them together, you get consummate love.
Consummate love.
Yeah, so like
Consummating.
exactly, you consummate like when you fulfill that yeah, relationship through some good action.
Oh.
Just kidding. but
Right
the whole thing about consummate love is about being whole, complete, right? When you have all 3 of these things together, this is like what makes the ultimate like best romantic story of relationship. You got commitments, you've got intimacy, you got passion.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have you ever had this type of love in your life?
I did for some time, but then like the commitment fell off for the other person, so
I get
it was
that.
like, yeah,
That stuff happens all the time.
exactly.
I get that. What about you, Youngblood? What about Mr. Kitty?
I would say I'm part of more towards the not consummate. Reaching that balance is not easy. It's of course the ideal.
Yes.
For me, I was always more on the commitment
Yeah.
and the intimacy, emotional intimacy. So what would that sit? That would see companionated love.
Yeah, companionate
Yeah,
love.
I am not very strong on the emotional. I'm more like I keep emotions in check. So my passion is definitely a lot lower than the other 2.
Yeah, I see that, man. You're like a computer. Beep, boop, beep,
Yes.
boop.
because I work at the computer.
You know who gets his passion though? It's his kitties, okay?
Oh yes,
Yeah,
just the
so
cats.
have you ever had like a relationship with all of those 3?
I think I would say that it fluctuates. Relationships changes. It change over time. So probably at the beginning of a relationship, you might have a lot of passion because it's
Yeah.
something new, something exciting.
Yeah.
The commitment might not be there or quite early on because you're still trying to figure things out.
Yeah.
But when you start a relationship, you want to know everything about the person. So you're gonna have a lot of deep questions. You know, ask about each other's life, and so you might be high on the intimacy.
That's true.
And so I think as your relationship evolves as time passes, it changes and shifts around until it reaches its final form. And for me, it was the companionated love. Is that what it was again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sick.
So the interesting thing too, right, is that like when you look at relationships, these different components, right, they work differently
Yeah.
in the relationships. Like at the beginning of relationships, most of the time, passion is pretty high. Like let's say when you click with somebody, right?
Yeah.
But like those relationships tend to be like a little bit more difficult to last long.
Really.
Yeah. So basically,
Yeah. You
yeah,
know what? You're 100% right. Because you know what? Passion does like die and fade. Like, you know, it's just like looks. You know what I mean? Sometimes, like, when you're in a relationship, it's pretty superficial. 100%. You know, it's not
uh-huh,
really like the whole acts and everything, the intimacy, the everything you just said over there, which is like
Mhm.
going out one year almost right out the other, but it's not. But yeah, it's just like there's more to relationships than just look. It's that bonding, that building aspect. And if you can't build with your the person that you're seeing or your spouse, then it's just like pointless. Because sometimes there's a lot of takers out there. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Where do you sit on the scale or on the triangle?
Man, I don't know where I'm on the triangle, to be honest. I'm all over the place and it fluctuates, just like you said. You know, it's for me.
And it
Uh,
also depends on who it is with, right?
that's true.
Uh-huh.
It does matter who it's with, but even at sometimes it does like relationships evolve, they twist, they turn. You know, 1 second it'd be like this, and it's just always being in that chase, though. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Always chasing after it and not finding something new or exciting because you know all relationships and everything that is good takes work. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Hard work, and it's never going to be easy. If one person quits, then the relationship fails. If they're continuously going back and forth and fighting for something, then it's a good thing. You know, like I've been in a lot of situations like that. But there's always one side that will give up before the other because of now society is just we're on a downward turn of just trying to find something new or fixing the problem is finding someone different,
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
finding somebody new, you know, or being deluded and self sabotage by freaking social media and
That's
your friends and
uh-huh.
all that other kind of
Online
stuff.
dating.
Online
That's the thing
dating,
too, right? You
that
know?
freaking that hidden dopamine real quick when you're freaking looking up the Tinder and stuff, yo, thinking you're something actually really gonna be out there, and you're just like, you know what?
Well, that's the thing, right? Like the
Excuse my language. Forget that stuff. It's not good. And yes,
yeah, like online dating, like honestly, I've never really used online dating for like several reasons like that. Because like the other thing too with like it's not always easy to find somebody online, right? But the other
no,
part is that's like it creates this like facade that's there's more options out there. And so
yeah.
like when things don't work out, you're like, oh, I got more
More
options.
options. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's yeah, it is a facade.
Yeah.
It's
It's
fake.
mhm.
You know what I mean? Dude, there's a lot of people who go scrolling. There's too many people out there to actually find a freaking match. When you're just going like this, there's 1,000 people that just scrolling on that same chick or same dude and makes to everything that does. Those relationship dating sites are for failing. They want people to fail to keep that allure that they can find something else. That's why they have all these little 1-2 packages, the gold package. If you have this many likes and blah blah blah, will put you at the top of the page. But like, really, how many guys are doing that?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you know, like old fashioned relationships, like to be honest,
Yeah.
like mine, right? My first like longest term relationship actually,
Mhm.
it was more old fashioned, you know, like I built like that friendship with my partner first. And
Yeah.
then like I was like, okay, I like this person.
Yeah.
And then we've had that good relationship, right? But then it's like nowadays it don't last as long as that. Like just because, you know, people are going through they're not building that intimacy first or anything. It's just like based on passion first. They're like, oh, this
Yeah.
person's hot. Like
Yeah.
bam. Right?
Yeah. You need intimacy.
Yeah.
I see that now.
Yeah. And so that's the thing, you know, like in like relationship psychology research,
Yeah.
they've seen that's like basically passion when you have like when you click with somebody, right? Even
Yeah.
if you're chatting with somebody, you know, you
Yeah.
meet somebody new, you click with them, your passion is high, but it falls really quickly too. You know, like when you're getting into fads and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like that. So
Yeah.
it goes up really fast. Like, you know, you get excited, everybody's like getting into it, and then it drops off
Yeah,
very quickly.
eventually.
Yeah.
It's just like those freaking flared pants that are coming back.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna cop a pair just to freaking. I'm gonna probably put it out there for the clothing brand. I don't know if you guys will wear it, but you know what? I'm gonna get a couple out there. Let's see if like y'all people want some flared freaking tight pants, like bell bottoms, but it's different now. You got some, yeah, it's a little bit cooler than back in the day. I'll tell you that, but like, I don't get it. I really don't. I really,
Mhm.
yeah, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. And
100%.
you know, like there's a good reason why actually, you know, passion actually dies down, right?
Mm.
Because like well, like physiologically, like our bodies, right? Like we don't want to stay in heightened states of like you know, emotions, right?
Mm,
Because like it's not good for us, and you know, it can keep us like very agitated, and it's like, you know, our body needs to calm down. And so that's where, like, you know, you get the honeymoon phase after,
Yeah.
well, after the honeymoon phase, you know, and then it's like even in good long-term relationships that passion dies down, right?
yeah.
Yeah. And then the most important thing for good long-term relationships ships are you want to build it up through intimacy, right? The
Yeah.
more time you spend with that person, like through good times and even difficult times, it builds it up slowly, but it's actually very stable.
Can
So
I ask you a
intimacy stays
question?
stable. Yeah.
What is the definition of intimacy for you?
Oh, okay. So like intimacy is like well, I come from like a psychology perspective and stuff. So like we always love to define like things very accurately just to make sure that we understand. Like especially with the research, right? Like we have to really understand
Okay,
each
let's
word.
get to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So relationship intimacy usually means like feelings of familiarity and closeness with a person. So that's usually built through, you know, more interactions with that person, right? And that's how you build those good relationships. And you know, when you're with your family, that's why families usually have like tight, close knit relationships because of that closer interaction, many different interactions going through good and tough times together, right?
When you
But
say
now we're talking in a relationship, a love relationship.
Yeah.
What is intimacy for you?
Yeah, well, that's exactly it too, right? Like you're spending time with a person, enjoying like you know, different things. You're going to different activities, and sometimes it's listening to another person, right? Like one of the most important things I found in relationships is like, you know, in a romantic relationship is where you're willing to listen to your partner, you valuing their thoughts, their feelings, their opinions, right? And even like, you know, putting yourself in their shoes, understanding them, that helps really build intimacy.
So, you a cat specialist. What is intimacy for you?
me,
Kitty.
I see intimacy as building that emotional closeness. So really trying to understand how a person works. So when you're in a relationship, knowing what kind of, let's say, you know, their backstory, their challenges, and you know, why do they think the way they think, and so that, you know, if they have a certain challenges, how can you help them, right? And so I think it's all about understanding them as a person as a whole, so that you can build a better, closer relationship.
Yes, I totally agree with that. You know, 100%. Because if you actually understand the individuals and understand their flaws, you have to learn to work with them
Yeah.
and not just cut it dry and be like, no, you need to do this. No, you need to do that. And no, but I'm allowed to do this and do this and do this and do this and do that. That shit don't work.
Mm-hmm.
Hell no. It has to be an even playing field. If you have your flaws, if I can work with your flaw, you should be able to work with mine.
Mm-hmm.
And it shouldn't be like cut and dry on one side. You know what I mean? That's at least how I feel in the whole situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, everything in a relationship needs to be 100% mutual. Your flaw is your flaw, my flaw is my flaws. And if we can work past them, we're going to be the most strongest couple or whatever you, or marriage or whatever it may be, whatever
Yeah.
that may look like for some people. You know what I mean? It's
Exactly.
getting past those hard, difficult times and figure out how can we how can we build off of this, or how can we strengthen our bond and our relationship? How can I understand you better so you don't go down this path again? How do I make you comfortable? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And a lot of people can't do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and there's another part too, like the triangular theory of love. Actually,
Yeah.
it's not just like the different types of love and the 3 points, right?
Mhm.
So one interesting thing that's people have like talked about too is that's like each, of course, like each triangle that people have. Like imagine you have your own triangle, right?
Mhm.
It's not like all perfect, like on all sides. Let's say one side is intimacy, one side is passion, the other side is commitments, right?
Mhm.
Your triangle might look like, like maybe it's long on one side and then
Yeah,
the
yeah.
other, and then the other person has their own triangle, right?
Mhm.
But the relationships that usually work out are the ones that have like triangles that match each other more closely. Let's say like you're very committed, but the other person isn't, right?
Yeah.
That's where like you got conflict. The other person is like maybe like for him, right? He
Yeah.
said that he's lower on passion. The other person is very high on passion.
Yeah.
You got some conflict there,
Yeah.
and it's harder to match up, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So
But how would you match up?
well,
What would be the thing to like help our people out there to like match up with that person, or is it just impossible?
sometimes you just gotta have that discussion about like what's acceptable too, right?
Yeah,
And like
setting the boundaries and
uh
stuff
huh,
like that. But like I think boundaries are like there's you can bend boundaries, but not
yeah,
break them. You know what I mean?
right.
And sometimes some people can't do that. You know what I mean? It's they want to break it 100% and just be like, nope. Like I said, it's cut and dry. This is the way it's gonna be for me, but for you, nah.
Well, that's the thing, It's like if somebody like crosses the boundaries that you don't want,
Mm,
that's where like sometimes like the relationship doesn't work out.
mm,
Yeah.
mm,
Well, that was the main gist of like
mm.
the triangular theory of love, but
Okay, so
looks like we
like,
have to tap.
all right. Well, I just got one little thing to say,
Yeah.
and we're gonna talk about a little bit more on the passion, the fire that fuels the hustle. Hustlers who make it big don't just work hard; they have an obsession with their craft. Passion is what makes us wake up at 5 a.m. to grind while others sleep. It is the energy that keeps you going. When it results, when the results are immediate, like passion and love, if you lose the fire and start everything else will start to fall apart. Commitment, staying the course no matter what. True success comes from long-term dedication. Commitment means showing up every single day, even when motivation fades. It is easy to quit when things get hard, but mindful hustlers know sticking in the plan separates the great from the average. What's something out there that separated you from average people and honing in your craft?
Well, what separated me from other people? I think it's probably like definitely being committed to my work and then like seeking help from other people when like sometimes I can't do everything by myself, right?
Amen to
Like we
that.
all have our limits, and that's where like there's so many great people around you who can support you, right?
Yeah,
Help you, like you, when you come together, it's not 1 plus 1 is like 2, right? It's like one
no,
plus one is 10.
yeah, straight up.
So yeah, you got to maximize like all these like talents that you have and like the knowledge people have, the different perspectives together.
Mhm.
When you come together, you do way better together.
100%. It takes a village to build an empire. You know
Yep.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So even for me, when it comes to like mindful hustlers, and I have a huge team, huge backing. DC is one of them. I got you guys, and there's a few other individuals that are out there. I got Jace Digital, I got Alex Media, I got all these different individuals. My buddy, brother Mo, he's out there too, and there's so many supporters, and you need as much as you can, because like yeah, going by yourself you can go far, but with a group of individuals you can be legendary. You know what I mean? Like You'll stand the test of time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, just thank you guys for like pulling up, and we really appreciate you. So we just want to give a shout out once again to DY Sensei and Kitty Man.
Kitty Man.
Kitty Man. But before we go, we're gonna get a little insight on who Kitty Man is and what he does, and then we out.
Oh, for me, I am a programmer. I do something called front end development. So I'm a visual, I guess you can call me a visual software developer. So I build a lot of things that you see, interact with, and it's a fun occupation. Not
Nice.
really what I wanted to go into first.
Of course, it
But,
never really is.
Yeah, it's just something that pays the bills.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but you still have a passion for it.
I'd say it kind of aligns with my passion. I am a visual person.
Yes.
I do interior design. I do a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
And yeah, nothing super special. Just a software developer,
Nice.
visual guy. And yeah.
If you want people to contact you, what would be your contact information?
Send me an email.
Well, you gotta give the email, dog. Come on, man. What's the email?
DM him on Instagram.
What's
the,
your Instagram?
The little ladies.
Yeah, only cute ladies.
Okay, cute
The
ladies,
cute little
holler.
kitties.
What's
So you want to tell us why you got that nickname?
What?
whoa, wait, before we do that, say your Instagram. Your Instagram.
Uh-huh.
What's Instagram?
Yeah, my Instagram is Desmond. Oh no, this is DY Sensei. Let's go D.Y.Sensei. I think.
Okay, there
Yeah.
you go. T dot.
I will put
Why
it
not
in the
sensei?
link.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then yours?
Devin Yim.
Yes, yummy. He's very yummy, ladies. Devin Yum.
Yim.
Yum yum
Yum yum yum yum yum yum yum yum yum yum yum yum
yum
yum yum yum yum.
Close.
Is that what he does? No.
Yeah, that's what he does with the kitties.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, yeah.
Not the kiddies, the kitties.
Kitties.
Oh.
let me
Okay,
let me
well,
just have to rephrase that for the ladies only. Women, full on 18 plus. We're around in the States 21. And then go ahead. You can go with your question, DC.
So you want to tell us where your nickname came from?
Wait, which one?
Cat daddy.
Oh, Cat Daddy.
Yeah, Cat Daddy.
Oh, I have two cats who I am super close with, and I just prefer the company of cats over people usually, and
I'm the same.
yeah,
Taste,
yes, and a
We're
kid
cat
gave me the
people.
title. It's like you just randomly called me Cat Daddy. I was like, oh, interesting.
Right on. I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah, I
on
didn't
this.
see that.
We're just gonna leave that. Yes. Okay. So everybody, I'm just gonna shut it down right there because our individuals have to go do something else. But stay tuned for another episode of Mindful Hustlers. Once again, you're with your boy, the Game Changer, DY Sensei, and Cat Daddy, and we're out. Peace. Don't forget to subscribe.